Upgrades to nearly 900 migrant worker dormitories will take place from next year to 2030. It's part of Singapore's push to raise living standards and strengthen support for workers following the COVID-19 pandemic. Caitlin Ng finds out how these improvements are taking shape and what more is being done.
Dormitory conditions for migrant workers were thrust into focus during the COVID-19 outbreak. Since then, the focus has been on upgrading the living conditions of migrant workers and preparing for contingencies.
From 2023 to where we are now, I would say that this is the phase where we're doing the transformation of the migrant worker landscape, as well as preparing for ourselves for the next crisis. COVID shined the spotlight on certain areas I think we could have done better. One is in housing, because the way we house workers then was to optimize the occupancy and never really considered pandemic spread as a consideration. So we knew that in order for dorms to be more resilient in the next pandemic, we have to change certain standards.
When it comes to the upgrades for these dormitories, there are two key milestones: hitting the interim standards by 2030 and the new standards by 2040. Now, under these interim standards, issues like space have been relooked. For example, each worker now needs to have at least 3.6 square meters of living space, which looks a little something like this. It was previously estimated that this number was at 3.5 and needs to go up to 4.2 square meters or more by 2040. Other changes include limits on resident numbers and the requirement for ensuite bathrooms. Before the mandatory standards kick in, about 14 dormitories have already begun upgrading living conditions or submitted plans to do so. And some operators are going further. This dormitory is among the first to meet the new 2040 standards, with added features designed for pandemic-resilient living.
We have interior designing coming in to relook at the feel of the dormitory. So when you come in, you don't feel so industrial, it's more like homely feeling that we are trying to provide to the residents.
But this comfort comes at a cost.
After COVID, construction prices have gone up, so the price definitely went up, So that is why, there's an increase in dormitory prices as well. So it's all in line, if construction costs go up, the rental rates will go up,
MOM says that it'll provide transition support funding and work with the industry to manage cost and supply challenges. It'll also use its own built and operated dormitories to test new technologies.
The Tukang dormitory is going to come online very soon. I think you'll be opening its door in early 2026. And using the dormitory, we will be able to test some of these maybe new technologies in sensing, in managing a dormitory, so that either we can be more efficient in the way we use labor, or develop new capabilities for us to respond in a crisis.
Beyond living conditions, workers' overall welfare has also come under greater focus. It's led efforts to increase healthcare support, from clinics like this with dental and physiotherapy services to 24-hour call centres for mental well-being. But Mr. Tong says more can still be done.
We do need to find different ways to reach out to them. Okay? So physical reach out is important, but I think also we have find other ways to reach out to them digitally, providing different type of touch points physically and digitally will help to provide better support for them.
And while efforts continue to improve living standards and welfare, another long-running concern has been whether it's safe for workers to be transported on lorries. When asked if there are updates on this, the Transport Ministry pointed to its most recent public update, which cites several ongoing steps to improve worker safety. These include locating dorms closer to work sites, encouraging bus transport where feasible, while balancing operational realities faced by smaller firms.